opens, you know, make more people aware of you, and to have them people then come and watch you on tour is lovely. It's everything you aim for, you know. So the tickets are all on sale now, you know. So nudge, nudge.
Well, they are indeed. Tickets to Chris's tour, Yonks, are now on sale, and EastEnders continues tonight at 7:30, straight after us.
Straight after us.
BBC One on the iPlayer.
All right, then, it's time to get a bit of the great outdoors now, and Chris Packham is back with another instalment of Autumn Watch. Chris, where are you tonight?
Well, I've moved out of the main part of Wytham Woods here to the hill end outdoor education centre. It's still part of the Wytham estate, and it's a place that was given to make sure that young people who couldn't access nature got that ability in their lives way back in the 1920s, and it continues its good work today. It's obviously a place where there's plenty of nature, and what we're focusing on tonight is what we call the ecotone. It's the edge of the woodland, because the edge of the woodland is often the richest place for us to find creatures that live both outside it and, of course, on the woodland. Things like woodpeckers, so they forage in the open country, and they'll need trees, of course, to breed. I'm very pleased to say that we've got our thermal camera about 50 metres away from me now, and we can cut to that to look at down the ecotone and out over the fields. And you can see a wide shot there. Now, each one of those little white spots is the thermal heat signature of one of the animals that we can see. And if we just push in, you can see there's a couple there. Those are brown hares going about their business. These are herbivores, of course. They're munching the grass out there. And a little earlier, we were looking at a badger as well. There we are. Now, we were watching the badgers much more closely last night, but we were talking about what they eat, and it was principally earthworms, 60% of their diet. And here is a badger out in the open, looking around, sniffing about, and what we've been watching them doing is sticking their nose down to the ground and sucking those worms out like spaghetti. So here, with that moist soil which we're getting in the autumn, the badgers are doing their business. Great to see them out and about there. Yesterday, I couldn't resist going back into the heart of Wytham Woods to explore the autumn season. It is a time where the colours are so brilliant, it smells sensational, and I took a look at the organisms there, both great and small. Autumn is the perfect time for a bit of tree appreciation. Look at this tree. Oh, look at this magnificent ancient beech pollard. Many, many years old. And by pollard, I mean that during its early life, it had these branches removed, and that changed its growth form. So rather than growing straight up, with branches coming off a central trunk, it's got this sensational crown of boughs. If only trees could talk. Imagine the stories this tree would tell. Its next story will be the changing colour of its leaves. They're going to go a beautiful golden brown. We tend to think that the green leaves turn yellow, but that's not really the case. They've been yellow all along. It's just that the yellow pigment in them has been masked by the green. So when in autumn the green pigment decays, that's when you see the yellows and sometimes the spectacular reds. Never underestimate the little things. They can be just as impressive and even more beautiful. That is the work of a leaf miner, the larvae of typically a minute wasp or a fly. You can see where it started its meal here and it's wound all the way up. The benefit of being a leaf miner is you're protected inside the leaf from predators, and also it gives you access to some really nutritious material. And there at the end, it's emerged, and the little adult wasp is flown up into the golden autumnal sky, leaving the golden leaf and all of this evidence behind. Fantastic. What about that? You see, very often in nature, it is the little things that have the best stories, and they can also be, as I said, exquisitely beautiful. Come into the bushes with me now to meet Dr. Liam Crowley from Oxford University, an entomologist who put his moth trap out last night and tonight, and he's got some specimens. Liam, what have you got?
Well, we've actually got loads of moths because despite what a lot of people think, you can actually find moths all through the year, and autumn is no exception. And we've got loads of different species of moths. In fact, you think of any colour, there'll be moths in the UK which are that colour, and some of these are using that colour as camouflage. So we've got some nice examples here.
I'll put the torch on that one, there we go.
Yeah, so this first species, this is a feathered fawn, and it's beautifully camouflaged to look just like a dead leaf. And it's so called because the males have these beautiful plumose antennae with extra surface area to help them smell the female.
There's one on a leaf here. If we pan across, you can see how effective that camouflage is working.
Absolutely, and a leaf is a very good thing to look like in the autumn because obviously it's a very abundant thing around to hide in the daytime. And you'll find moths hiding on all sorts of different surfaces, including on lichen on oak trees. And there's one moth in particular which feeds on the oak and then hides, and it's amazingly camouflaged to look just like the lichen on the tree. And that is this beautiful Merle de jour.
Fantastic, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. What an animal. Liam, thank you so much for showing us those moths. Guys, I mean, I know moths have a very poor reputation, but these, you've got to admit, are absolutely stunning. Merle de jour, joy of the day. Fantastic stuff.
Truly, moths' reputations restored. Fascinating stuff. Thank you so much, Chris. Got to ask you, you're back tomorrow. What can we expect from the last Autumn Watch of the week?
Well, it's Halloween tomorrow, so we're heading off to a corvid roost. You know, corvids, the ravens, the crows, the jackdaws have got quite a poor reputation. We're going to restore that by visiting a very busy and noisy roost. Look forward to that.
All right, thank you very much, Chris. Awesome stuff. Looking forward to it. Right, in just a moment, we'll be